Hi, welcome to NSDEE's Managed Project Creation and Build video. NSDEE supports both managed projects and makefile or unmanaged projects. In this video, we will try to understand the managed project and how to build them. When do we go for a managed project? If you are creating a new application or have an application for which you do not have a makefile, then you can use Managed Project for which NSDE creates makefiles and manages your builds. Managed projects are available only for local Windows hosted builds. Let's have a look at how to create managed projects. Here we have C, C++, COBOL, and PTAL projects. It does not mean that the project contains source files of only this language. But what it means is that the main source files of the project are of this language. Also note that any nonstop selections in CDT wizards does not create nonstop project. It creates only CDT projects containing all the nonstop tools. So make sure you're in the nonstop development perspective before invoking the project creation wizard. Let's create a simple C project here. You have multiple project types here. The first one being nonstop executable, which creates an executable out of the project with the default extension of .txt. This format is the only one which has a sample Hello World template project. Nonstop dynamic link library, a project that manages builds of a library that can be dynamically loaded at runtime. This format creates the object with a default .tso extension. Nonstop link file, a project that manages builds of a link file, which is a collection of object files that can be linked into another project build. Link file projects allow you to break up your applications into multiple projects. The default extension used for objects is .tlo. Nonstop archive library, a project that manages builds of an archive file using the AR tool with a default prefix of lib and a default extension as .a. Now let's just create a nonstop executable project. Let's select the Hello World template. Give this project a name, say Hello NSDE. We need to select one or more tool chains for a project. Select TNSE tools for a TNSE project and TNSX tools for a TNSX project. Let's select both the tool chains for our Hello NSDE project. In this wizard page, provide the author and copyright information. The initial build settings page is the one where we provide most of the information needed for the project. Like for example, the target platform of OSS and Guardian. You need to select one of the target platforms. You can also specify whether you need a C89 or a C99 cross compiler. Specify the TNSX and TNSE tools root location here. When you bring down the drop down, you can see that the location of all the tools that are configured in NSDE are shown here. Each of these tools location are prefixed with a plus or a minus sign, where plus indicates that all the tools needed for this project are available in the selected location, and minus indicates that there could be some tools which are needed by the project that are missing in this location. You can select the build path that is needed to invoke the make for your project. It could be either the Cygwin path or the Mises path based on what is installed on your machine. If the build path of Mises or Cygwin is already set as part of environment path variable, then you can skip this step. You can add some more language compiler tools to your project toolset by selecting some additional language options here. If your project might contain some database related code, then it might be a good option to select the appropriate SQLMX or SQLMP tools here. Selecting SQLMX tool will also enable the selection of SQLMX preprocessor location. So you can select one of the preprocessor locations here. For this project, let's not select any SQL tools. You can provide the remote machine information for TNSE and TNSX nonstop machines. For now, let's just provide the remote machine information for a TNSE nonstop server. You can see that there are four configurations that have been created, two each for TNSE and TNSX respectively. By default, two configurations, debug and release, are created for each toolchain. Click on Finish to complete the project creation process. You can see that the Hello NSDEE project is now created with the source file hello.nsde.c open for editing. Now the project is ready to be built. So let's just build the project. In the console window, you can see that the project has been built successfully. So let's go and see where the final executable has been created. Note that debug is the default configuration that gets built, and in between TNSE and TNSX, TNSX configurations get built first. Here you can see the final executable hello.nsd.txt that has been created. You can also see that there is a makefile which contains all the build commands. This is the makefile with all its auto-generated code. You can also change the active build configuration. All you have to do is select the configuration that you want to activate in the configuration window. Let's set the debug with CC++ TNSE tools as the active configuration. Let's see what happens when we build the project now. You can see that debug with C++ TNSE tools configuration has been built successfully, and a folder with the same name has been created under Hello NSDE project. Let's see what more we can do with build configurations. Here in this Manage Configurations window, you can either set a configuration as active, or you can create a new configuration, or you can rename an existing configuration. You can also delete some configurations that you do not need. Let's also have a look at some of the other build options that NSDE provides. You have the build all options, which lets you build all the projects that are in your present workspace. And then you have the build automatically option. This option will enable you to automatically build your project every time you make a change. If you wish that the build automatically option is available for all the projects in the workspace, then the right place to enable this would be in the workspace preferences page. If you wish your project to be built every time you save your source files, then you need to enable the option in your project properties along with the build command that you want to be executed on save. Here, update the command that has to be executed. For now, I will keep it as all. Now let's edit some text in the source file and save the file. Let's see if the build gets triggered automatically. The project build has got triggered automatically and it has successfully rebuilt the project. With this, we come to the end of this video. Watch out for more videos on NSDE. Thank you.